A ghostly black-eyed girl lurking in the trees, a glowing object that freezes a drone mid-air, and a massive disc-shaped craft spotted by soldiers in Ukraine. These are more disturbing things captured on drone cameras no one can explain. Did this drone camera capture a legendary ghost with black eyes in England? The video was posted to the YouTube channel Furious Otter back in 2015. They were getting some aerial shots of the beautiful Cannock Chase landscape in Staffordshire, and after uploading their footage, they were supposedly contacted by several paranormal investigators who noticed something skulking around the tree line. See if you can spot anything yourself. Did you spot it? Notice what looks like a figure in a white gown? Here it is, zoomed in. It's not easy to make out, but slowing the footage down, there appears to be a pale woman in white, and her eyes look almost entirely black. Many commenters have pointed out the figure reminds them of a decades-old urban legend about the black-eyed child or children of Cannock Chase. The stories go back to the 80s. People describe them as normal-looking kids at first, but then you notice their eyes are completely black. No whites, no pupils. One of the first well-known reports was in 1982. A woman heard a girl shouting for help in the woods. She ran after her, but when the girl turned around, her eyes were completely black. Then she disappeared. Later on, nearby in Birches Valley, another woman and her daughter heard screams, and when they went to check, they didn't see anything at first. A little later, the mom turned and spotted a girl, maybe 10 years old, standing still with her hands over her eyes. When the child dropped them, a pair of pure black eyes were staring back, and then she vanished. These sightings always follow the same pattern. Kids appear, they ask for something, to use your phone to get a ride, they scream for help maybe, and then they vanish. What did this drone camera capture is zipping across this expanse of water? Whatever it is, it's moving at a good clip, but it doesn't appear to have wings, nor is it leaving any kind of trail. The video comes from the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, who stated, quote, "The United States European Command submitted a report of an unidentified anomalous phenomenon to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, consisting of 55 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a U.S. military platform in 2022. AARO assesses with high confidence that the footage depicts the presence of a physical object. AARO will continue to investigate this case should further information become available to enable a more conclusive attribution. It is still listed as unresolved, so this is a genuine UAP. This video comes from Sucky Drone Pilot 508 on Reddit, who wrote in the heading, "Deployed FPV drone to see what an unidentified flashing red white light was hovering above my house." They claimed in the description that they've been dealing with strange activity around their home since October 6th of 2024 in Charlton, Massachusetts. According to the uploader, they actively tried to rule out normal explanations by using apps like Flight Radar 24 and stargazing tools, but nothing really matched what they were seeing. Trying to get proof, the Redditor bought multiple drones and cameras, but said they still struggled to capture anything clearly even after more than a year. Then on April 1st, 2025, around 7:15 p.m., they noticed the same red and white light again while outside grilling. They launched one of their drones to follow it. As the drone climbed to about 120 feet, the uploader said the controls suddenly froze, stopping them from continuing the chase. While the drone was stuck though, the light moved upward out of the camera's view. Moments later, it made a sharp turn and came straight back, flying extremely close to the drone at high speed. At the time, the Redditor said it didn't look like much through the live feed, but after reviewing the footage on a larger screen, they said the object looked far more unusual than they'd originally thought, and that it clearly isn't another hobby drone. So what is it? Share your thoughts down in the comments. This video was posted to Reddit by the Amateur Runner, who said his quadcopter was 320 feet in the air, filming a distant storm, when he spotted something very strange in the sky. Take a look at this. What the hell is that? I mean, it clearly looks like a laser, but what's it doing up in the clouds like that? Some comments on YouTube said this video's just a trick. Like this commenter who wrote, "Fraud. It's someone pointing a laser pointer behind you into the glass." Again though, this footage is coming from a drone up in the sky, not someone pointing their camera out their window. If the uploader is to be believed, that is. I'm not saying something like this can't be faked, alright? Anything can be faked nowadays, but I also think there is some very strange stuff going on up in the sky, so who the hell knows? Maybe the aliens were having themselves a little rave up there that night. This next clip comes out of Ukraine. So these guys from Ukraine's 406th Battalion are flying a thermal drone over the front lines, just doing normal surveillance. But then something shows up on their screen. At first, it looks like a smudge maybe, just this dark shape in the sky. But as they zoom in, you can see it more clearly, and it's not flying, it's hovering, completely still. One of the soldiers says, "What the F is this? Why isn't it moving?" English translation, of course. Even when the drone gets closer, the thing doesn't react at all. There's no change in position, no heat trail, nothing you'd expect from a normal aircraft. Based on the drone's readings, the object was supposedly over 30 miles away, and as you can see, it still looks pretty big on screen. Nobody's been able to confirm what it was, and I gotta say, the shape of it though, it does look like your classic UFO to me. Definitely strange. This next clip was uploaded by a guy on YouTube called Ken's Carpentry, and he wasn't even out there looking for anything weird. He had his drone up in Vermont trying to film a bear and her cubs. Instead, he catches something else. At first, it's easy to miss. It's just this dark shape moving through the brush. But then he notices it, and you can hear it in his voice. He kind of laughs like, what am I even looking at right now? So he swings the drone back and finds it again, and this time it's clearer. Whatever it is, it's walking upright, not on all fours, not hopping around like a deer. It's big, dark, and most importantly, it's covered in fur. He tracks it for a bit, keeping the camera on it as it moves through the trees, and then it just disappears back into the brush. Now, obviously, same as every Bigfoot clip, you gotta ask it, could it be a guy in a suit? And yeah, could it be something misidentified in the trees? Maybe, but at the same time, there are huge expanses of forest that people barely ever set foot, so you never know what could be lurking out there. All right, this is a crazy case. So starting on December 6th, 2023, and continuing for 17 straight nights, a massive fleet of unidentified drones effectively took control of the airspace over one of the most sensitive military installations in the United States. General Mark Kelly, who was the head of Air Combat Command at the time, actually went up to a squadron rooftop to see them for himself. He reported seeing a lead craft that was roughly 20 feet long and flying through the air at more than 100 miles an hour. Behind that big one, a dozen or more smaller drones followed in a precise formation. Kelly said the sound of the swarm was like a parade of lawnmowers, and the lights they carried looked like constellations in the night sky. Because the drones didn't show any explicit hostile intent though, the Air Force couldn't really do much. A base spokesperson said that though they were a threat to flight safety, they didn't have the authority to just start shooting them down, especially over American soil. They were so stumped that they held emergency meetings at the White House with the FBI and the Pentagon's UFO office. They even considered using giant nets to try and catch the drones, but they eventually gave up and canceled their nighttime training missions, moving their multi-million-dollar fighter jets to another base to keep them out of harm's way. The drones stopped appearing on December 23rd of 2023 as mysteriously as they arrived. To this day, nobody knows where they came from or why they were there. And this final video comes from Paranormal Polska on Reddit, who seems to have captured something mysterious flying through the sky over Gadzowice, Poland. The video was captured on August 25th, 2025. The uploader said it was recorded using a DJI Mavic 4 drone, and that at first he thought it was a bird or an insect, but the more he played it back, the more confused he got. Whatever this thing is, it does zip by really fast. Gotta admit, does kind of look like a bird to me, but as I also said earlier, all kinds of things are flying around in the sky these days. This could also be some sort of tiny, top-secret experimental military drone. I ain't here to confirm or refute, I just present what I see, let you all decide for yourself. So that's been the video for today. I'll catch you, yes you specifically, in the next one.